Hey guys, welcome to Marian. Today I'm going to be taking you through the virtual tour of campus, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So the building we're passing through right now is the Stayer Center, and here we have our auditorium and our welcome center. And we use the auditorium as an event space or classroom space just because it holds a greater amount of students in there than a traditional classroom on our campus. So now we're going into our science building. This is usually home to math, science, and forensic science majors. On this floor that I'm showing, we have basic chemistry labs, as well as an ecology lab and a forensic science lab. And then over here is what a basic chemistry lab looks like. And then over here is our atrium. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we have 50-minute classes. Tuesdays, Thursdays run 70 to 75 minutes. Sometimes those classes run back to back, so students will hang out around here on those Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We also have something called Sabre hours, so from 12 to 12:50, there's no class at all. The TVs usually have something science and something sports related. And then this classroom, as well as the one right on top, are both interactive learning spaces, so the fogged windows are actually expo marker friendly, so you're able to write on those with expo markers if a professor told you to do that. And then over here is one of 3 lecture halls that we have on our campus. It seats 60, but you're never going to see a class that's that big here at Marian. This room can be separated into 1 big classroom or 2 small classrooms. The side that I just showed seats 40, the other side seats 20. And then this is a more traditional sized classroom that we have here at Marian in our science building. Each room comes with a whiteboard, smartboard, as well as its own Wi-Fi. Our average class size is about 12. Student to professor ratio is 11 to 1. And everything in the science building is also on wheels. This is a very interactive building, so a lot of group work is done. And now we're going to head upstairs to the 2nd floor of our science building. In 2018, we got a $13 million donation for the science building specifically. So what we are walking on is about 6 years old. They built off the exterior of the original science building, which is really cool. So you can see where the original windows were. Up here on this side, we have subject-specific labs. So here's a peek at one. And then over here is our anatomy and physiology lab. We do have 2 human cadavers on campus, a male and a female. We do have room for 3. Typically, exercise, sports science, and nursing majors will get an opportunity to study the cadavers because they have to take the anatomy and physiology class that comes with the lab. And then over here is a study room, so these are first come, first serve. If it's open, you're more than welcome to use it. If not, you can use any other space throughout campus. It has a TV in here if you wanted to screen mirror your computer or phone to practice any presentations. A great view of the Stayer Center, which we were just in. And then typically there are whiteboards in here, but if there are not whiteboards in here, there's actually one built in the wall right when you walk out of the room on the right side. And then the next place we're going to be heading is our bird's nest. So the bird's nest is actually the only spot on campus where you can see all of our buildings except for our Agnes Hall and our library, which we're going to go to next. A cool thing about this area is that these chairs over here have outlets in them. So if you're ever hanging out in between class or after class doing homework and need to charge up your phone or computer, you can plug it right into the chair. Typically there's a whiteboard around here as well, but if not, you can grab one from around the science building and bring it up to this area. We have stadium lights that surround the Smith Field, so that's where men's and women's soccer plays, men's and women's lacrosse, as well as our women's field hockey team. And behind that we have the blue tin roof, which is our Lens Field House, that we have an indoor facility there as well as coaches' offices. So we're back on the first floor of the science building. This is our tech lab that we have in the science building. We have more computers dispersed throughout campus. These are just the ones that we have in here. We use this room as a classroom as well. If this is ever open, you're more than welcome to use the computers that we have in here as long as there's no class going on, but we do recommend that students bring their own computer just because it makes everything more efficient. Here at Marian, we have the open door policy, so if a professor has their door open, your professor or not, you're more than welcome to go ask them for help if needed. They'll also have their class times and office hours posted in clear sleeves on their window. And then we have printing in all of our main buildings. Printing is included in your tuition, so we use this online print service called WebPrint. You'll send your document through WebPrint to the nearest printer, swipe your ID, and then you're good to go. This is our library that we have here on campus. We have more computers in here for students to use as well as printers, and it's the same with the web print. And then the flags around the wall represent the past and the current student and faculty that have attended Marian, so we're a very small community but still very diverse at the same time. And then on the second floor we have our Learning and Writing Center. So up here are student tutors as well as subject specialists and our writing specialists. And they have the same open door policy upstairs here as we do in our academic buildings with our professors' offices. So if you were ever downstairs working on homework and needed some extra help, you're more than welcome to hop there and ask for help. Otherwise, getting tutored is free, and if you excel in a certain area of school, you can apply to be a student and get paid for student tutor and get paid for that. This hallway we're walking through is our Breezeway. So this connects our library to our Agnes Hall. We call it the warmest spot on campus as well, just because all the sunlight hits in. It's just another spot for students to hang out and do homework or group projects. And then now we are in our Agnes Hall. So over here, internal postings will be things going on campus. And then external postings or miscellaneous postings will be things going on in our Fond du Lac community. And then over here, straight ahead, is our tech hub. So when you come to Marian, you'll get an email and a password to log into basically everything. So if you have any issues with that, you can come over to our tech hub and they can help you out with that. But if it's a more cosmetic issue, like you spilled water on your computer or cracked your phone, you can come here, but they'll refer you to somewhere off campus to get help with that. And then we have our registrar's office over here. So for student athletes, you have to have a minimum of 12 credits to be considered eligible. And then over here on our right is our Career Services Center. So if you need help with a resume, externships, internships, cover letters, anything like that, this is a great resource for students to go to. Helps you get your foot in the door for the future career you do want to pursue. And then this is the second of 3 lecture halls that we have on our campus. This is also the only classroom that we have on the first floor. The rest are offices. This classroom seats 60, but again, you're never going to see a class size that big here at Marian. The biggest class you'll see is maybe 25 to 30 students, and that's with gen eds. And then over here is our business office and academic advisors. Academic advisors are here to help us graduate in 4 years if that's what the plan is. If you fall behind, they can help you create a plan to get ahead. If you want to get ahead, they can help you create a plan to do that as well. And business office is the payment part of college. We're on our second floor of Agnes Hall now. So over here, this is the third and final lecture hall that we have on our campus, identical to the one downstairs. Again, seats 60, but you're never going to see a class size that big here at Marian. Up here, the classroom sizes vary, so there's small ones, medium ones, and big ones. And the subjects in here really vary as well, so there's not a set specific subject that's held in this building. And then we have esports over here, as well as our office for student success. So if you did want to apply to be a student tutor and get paid for that, the office for student success is the place to go. And if you did need any test accommodation set up, that's also the place to go. So if you needed extra time with an exam, or you need to take your exam in a separate room, they'll help you set that up. And then we do have a third floor to our Agnes Hall. Up there on the third floor is where most of the construction management students have their classes. So this is the chapel that we have here on campus. When you come to Marian, you're required to take at least one theology class and one philosophy class. The theology class is just to get a basic understanding of what we practice here at Marian. We have Mass on Sundays at 5, open to the Marian community as well as the public. This chapel is open 24/7, so if you'd like to come in here to do homework, meditate, pray, light a candle, play the instruments, you're more than welcome to. We just ask that students respect the space. And then coming out of the chapel to our right is the duplexes, so those are housing options for after your freshman year. It houses 10 people total, 5 different people on each level. Comes with 2 doubles and a single, a kitchenette, and a living room area. And our chapel lights up blue at night, which is really cool. So the building to the left, which we'll pan over soon, is the Regina Hall. So that actually used to be the original dorms on campus, but now we have professors' offices in there if they don't have one in one of the main academic buildings. On the lower level, we also have a registered nurse. She is able to write prescriptions if needed, so if you do end up needing a prescription, you'll go see her, either walk in or by appointment, and she'll write you the prescription, send it down the street to the Walgreens, and you're good to go pick that up. We also have a school counselor on campus available by appointment, and all those services are free for the students. So this Sabre Cafe is a coffee shop that's separate from the HSC, where our cafeteria is. Marian University partnered with Beans and Bites out of North Fond du Lac, and right now it's closed, but in the fall it'll be open as another dining option for freshmen and up. You are able to use your debit card or cashier, but this is another food option for students. Freshmen are required to get the unlimited meal plans. You'll get unlimited swipes to our cafeteria, and then either 60 or 160 flex points. Those points are equivalent to dollars, so if you run out, you can replenish. Otherwise, it'll roll into the next semester, but not the next academic year. We have 5 parking lots on our campus, and parking is $75 for the whole entire year, and any class can bring a car. We have basketball, curling, and then we also have sand volleyball. And then the building you see on the left is Naber Hall, so that's one of 2 options for freshmen. It's an all-freshman dorm, co-ed. So with being at Marian, you're required to live on campus for the first 2 years that you're here. After that, you're more than welcome to move off campus if you'd like, but we do offer housing all 4 years. The only place you are not allowed to live after your freshman year is Naber Hall because it is an all-freshman dorm, unless you are an RA and get placed there. But we do offer housing all 4 years. And then the grayish bluish buildings to the left are townhouses, so those are also options for after your freshman year. Houses 7 people. There's a single room on the bottom, 2 singles and 2 doubles on the top, and the bathroom on the second floor has 2 toilets, 2 sinks, and 2 showers, and then a regular bathroom on the bottom floor with a kitchenette and a living room area. So over here, this is Courtyards. This is the other option for freshmen. So boys and girls do not live in the same building. And then this is what the traditional courtyard looks like. So when you walk in, you'll see a common area, and then you have a TV with a fire stick, and then there's a community fridge around the corner with a microwave and a sink. And with courtyards, it's pod style living, so there's 6 people in each corner, and you share the bathroom area with your corner. So there's 24 students living in one courtyard total. You still get to know everybody in your courtyard as well as the other surrounding courtyards as well. I'm going to take you upstairs to see the courtyard room. And this is what the second floor looks like, just a loft area. And then this is the traditional courtyard room. So each bed comes with a lofting kit, which is that wooden piece in the closet, as well as a wooden set, which is the desk and the dresser. You get your own sink in your room, which is really nice. With the closets, you can leave it open or have a shower curtain and shower rod put up if you want more privacy. There's air conditioning in this housing option as well. Students are allowed to bring 1 microwave and 1 mini fridge. You just talk it out between you and your roommate who's going to bring what. You can rearrange the room however you'd like to as well. This is also the only space that you have to clean. Everything else gets cleaned by maintenance. And this housing option is no price difference than Naber. Both housing options for freshmen are the same price. And then there's a separate room for the toilet and a separate room for the showers. And then here's just a glimpse of what the room looks like before decorations are put in. So the toilet. And then the showers. And then coming out of this courtyard, we go to courtyard 6, which has our laundry room. So we have 5 washers, 6 dryers, and laundry is free. All you need to do is bring your own detergent, softener, dryer sheets, Tide Pods, whatever you use to do laundry. And then there's some brown buildings across the street as well. Those are housing options for sophomores and up. Those are Cedar Creek Apartments, another on-campus housing option. And then the next place we're going to is our Naber Hall, which is the all-freshman co-ed dorm. So when you walk into Naber, you're going to see someone at the front desk, usually during the school year, checking people in and out, making sure the right people are coming in and out. They just ask for your name and your room number. And then over here, this is just another common area for students to hang out in. A lot of the times when there's sporting events going on, students will gather around here to watch the games together. Puzzles are very popular as well, so they'll do puzzles together. And sometimes floor events are held there as well. And then there's another room across that just has another study area. And then once you walk through this door, there's a little kitchenette for students to use. Anybody can use it as well, even if you live in Courtyards. It's a community area, so we just ask that you clean up after yourself, and if you don't want anybody using your stuff, to bring it back to your room. It does not come furnished, so you do have to bring your own pots and pans. And then now we're on the second floor of Naber, so this is our laundry room. This is the only laundry room that we have in Naber, so if you do live on the first or the third floor, you have to come to the second floor to do your laundry. But same thing, 5 washers, 6 dryers, and laundry is free. All you have to do is bring the stuff to do your laundry. And then each floor has a common area that looks like this. Students rearrange the furniture sometimes, so each one might look different, but there's a fire stick with the TV, and then there's free Wi-Fi with all housing. Guys live on that side, and girls live on the opposite side. This is the traditional Naber dorm. There's me. So each bed comes with a lofted kit as well as a wooden set. So the desk and the dresser, you can see one bed is lofted, one isn't. We recommend bringing a box fan to prop up in the window because this housing option does not have air conditioning, but it's only warm for the first 2 weeks of school. So having that fan up in the window gets the air circulating. You're more than welcome to rearrange the room however you'd like. This is also the only space that you have to clean. Free Wi-Fi. And then if you want to put up the shower curtain and shower rod again for more privacy with your closet, you can. Otherwise, you can leave it open like this. And 1 microwave, 1 mini fridge per room, same as Courtyards. Bathroom-wise, they are community-style bathrooms, so there's 5 showers with changing stalls right in front, and then there's 6 toilets and 6 sinks, as well as a bathtub. And each floor has an RA. So RAs are residence assistants. They're like big brother, big sister to us. If we do need help with anything or somebody to talk to, they're always there for us to help out. And with Naber, you use a key to get into the second door and then your dorm room, and to get into the first door, you scan your ID. If you live in Courtyards, your ID will not work to scan in, so if somebody does want to come here from Courtyards, you have to either check them in or you have to be checked in, and then Courtyards just uses keys. And then the next building we're going into is our Hornung Student Center, or you'll hear people call it the HSC. So when you walk through these doors, one of the first doors on your right you're going to see is the hallway to our student life offices. So Savera's office is in here. She is the head of housing. If you have any issues with your roommate, you can go talk to her, but she'll usually ask you to wait 2 to 3 weeks. If it gets better, great. If it doesn't, you can switch rooms or roommates if you have that prearranged. She'll also send you an email with a P.O. box, so all your smaller envelope mail will go in there, and bigger packages will be sent to Sabre Central, which I'll show you in a second. Over here is our campus security on call 24/7 at freshman orientation or orientation in general. You'll get their number. If they're not there, they're patrolling around campus. And then this is our cafeteria. So this is where you have unlimited swipes as a freshman. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the weekdays, brunch and dinner on the weekends. Main meals we'll have in the middle. And then on the outskirts of it, we'll have salad and pizza set out for lunch and dinner. And then with the hot meal as well for the main one, we also have vegan and vegetarian options. And if you have any food allergies, you're more than welcome to fill out food paperwork so you're still getting fed. And then we have more seating areas. We have foosball, we have ping pong, and then we also have darts along the wall that's across from that painting, and some computers and a printer to use. And then we're going to head into our Sabre Central. So this is where your bigger packages will come. They'll send you an email saying you got a package and you'll come here, swipe your ID, then you're good to go. If you did need a new parking pass or a new ID, that's also the place to go. We have our Marian gear here. So if you wanted to gear up with some Sabre gear, this is the place to stop. And then we have our graphic services in the back. So as long as it has a stamp on it, you're more than welcome to send it out, and they'll send it out for free. So the Sabre Central actually used to be our old bookstore, but our bookstore is all online now, so you can find it through our Marian website and either order hard copies to our Sabre Central or choose to do an ebook, which is what a lot of students choose to do these days, just because it's more efficient having everything in one place, and it's also a lot lighter on the back. Over here, this is campus ministry. We do have a minister on campus, so if you were interested in going on any mission trips or anything like that, you can go talk to our minister. It's like another hangout space for students. Looks like a house on the outside and the inside as well. And then we are going to head into our gym. So our gym is home court to men's and women's basketball, as well as men's and women's volleyball. We also do hold intramural sports here as well, so we'll have volleyball, basketball, and dodgeball. And in our Lens Field House, we'll have soccer, kickball, and bags or cornhole, whatever you call it. And then in this gym, all the white banners on the walls are all the teams that we have here at Marian, including esports. If this gym is ever open, you're more than welcome to use it. You can check availability times through our Sabre Athletics webpage to see when there's games and practices. Otherwise, if it's open, you're more than welcome to use it. And then on the second floor, we have our weight room and athletic trainers. The weight room is open for any and all students to use. Usually during the early mornings or early evenings, teams will reserve the weight room to do a team lift. Otherwise, with the same Sabre Athletics webpage, you can check the availability of the weight room. It has everything you need to get a good lift in. And then over here is our athletic trainer. So the athletic trainers are for student athletes only. Each team will get assigned an athletic trainer. So if you did need to get taped, get cupped, scraped, game ready, injury prevention, rehab, anything like that, the sports teams will have one trainer assigned to them, and you'll see that trainer for the rehab or taping stuff that you need. And with athletes, if you're not in season, you're still able to get seen by the athletic trainers. Just the team that's in season will get priority. And then we also do have a golf simulator up top, and then we also have some coaches' offices in here as well. And then you also get a good view of campus. And then coming down these stairs, panning up to this wall, are all the teams that we play in our conference. The only difference between men's and women's sports is that men's teams will not see the school Alverno because that's an all-women's school in Milwaukee. Otherwise, the teams remain pretty similar for who we compete against. And then the last building we're going to be going into is our Stayer Center. It is the last of 3 academic buildings that we have on our campus. So if you could not tell, we did make a full circle. The furthest walk you're going to have is about 10 minutes, and that's from Courtyards to one of our academic buildings. Academic building to academic building is about a 6-minute walk if you're walking slow. It's nice that everything is close together. I always say it's small enough but big enough. So now all the nursing students are in this building. We used to be off campus in downtown Fond du Lac, which is about 5 minutes away from campus. Downstairs on the first floor, we have a classroom as well as simulation labs. And we have a little study nook for us students as well. So we have a coffee machine, fridges, and a microwave. On the second floor, we have our health assessment lab, as well as some skills labs and skills checkoff rooms. Those skills checkoff rooms are also used for the master's program that we have here at Marian for nurses, for those family nurse practitioners. And then on the third floor, we have our financial aid and admissions office, where our counselors are up there. And then we have our dining room that we use as an event space, as well as a classroom area. And then, like I said earlier, we have our auditorium that we use for an event space, as well as a classroom area. Otherwise, this is the end of the tour, and we hope you enjoyed.